And Assalamu alaikum once again, guys. This is Mehwish here, your coach. Today I am back once again with my uncomfortable conversations with you. Guys, today I really wanted to come in and talk about generational trauma. Last week I spoke about emotional abuse, and today I'm going to talk about generational trauma. One of the things that I really wanted to connect is that people who get emotionally abused really don't understand where it stemmed in from. Why are they being emotionally abused? Guys, a lot of emotional abuse stems from childhood trauma, right? And childhood trauma stems from our parents that are living with trauma, and it goes back and back and back many generations. I want you to understand that generational trauma is not something you're born with, not something you wanted, but it's something you were conditioned in because of your culture, because of your society. And generational trauma can have a lot of effects, unconscious effects on you. So you may not know that. I'm sorry, guys. My son is screaming right now. He's just having a bad moment. Anyway, so generational trauma has a lot of effects on us, and the sad truth is that we are not even aware of it. Why? Because we are born in it, right? Why? Because of society, of culture, our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors, they all lived through that trauma, and they didn't heal from that trauma, and they think this is the normal, this is the way of living. Now what happened? You're born, it's passed down to you. That is your normal, and that becomes your normal, and you don't understand that. You don't even know that. It takes a lot of pain and hardships, and maybe you have your awakening. And if you do, that is when you realize that something is wrong here, right? Why was I emotionally abused? Why did I think it was okay for me to be treated this way? Maybe I had low self-esteem, but where did this low self-esteem come in from? Because guess what? You were not born with low self-esteem as a baby, right? You were born complete whole, right? So where does this unworthiness come from? Where did this low self-esteem stem from? And that stems in from generational trauma that has been passed on to you by grandparents, parents, and so on and so forth. Now, when you go through emotional abuse and you keep on going and you keep on going, and then one day you get up and you say, I've had enough. I just can't take it, right? That is the moment. That is the moment that you are awakened and your calling has been done. And what happens? You're in a lot of pain. You're in constant pain. And you want to know how you're going to let go of this pain. And you want answers. There's so many questions you have, right? And you want answers. Why was I abused? Why did I choose to be abused? Why did I let this person emotionally abuse me for so many years? Why? Why? And then there's, okay, it's because I felt I was unworthy. It's because I deserve it. It's because I have low self-esteem. Where did that come from now, right? Okay, it was passed down to me. Like in my inheritance, it was passed down to me. I was born into it. I was born in a culture. I was born in a household where this was normalized. Now what do I have to do? Now I have to heal and make sure it stops that with me here. It's not passed down to my generation. So generational trauma it's highly toxic, and it completely destroys you. That is why it is so essential for people to awaken, to see that there are problems in the culture, to see that they need to be addressed, to use their voice. To use their voice, guys. Voice is very important. And I think the pandemic has showed many such places where people have raised their voice and seen the difference and seen the impact. We have to take our power back, take our control back, and say, you know what? I'm not going to live like this. This life is not meant for me. I'm not going to live according to societal pressures, according to cultural standards. That's not me. No, it stops with me. I set my own standards. I live my own life because that is what I was born for. I was not born to live with trauma, and I was definitely not born to feel unworthy and unloved. Our failures do not define us. They are just feedback. They are just feedback. So we have to, guys, I'm reaching out again. I'm especially here because I need you all to understand what you're going through now could have just stemmed because of generational trauma passed down to you. Your abuse, your feeling of unworthiness, your feeling of thinking that you're not enough is not because of you. That's not who you are. It's just conditioning. And you have to awaken. You have to become self-aware and understand this. Only then can you stop this. Because not only do you have to become self-aware, then you have to take action. How do you take action? You own it and you say, I am going to heal. Why? Because I don't want that generations that are going to come from me now should live this life. Guys, I really want to come in and share this. I hope that it makes sense. And talking about emotional abuse last week, I thought it was important to join the dots to make it more clear to you that emotional abuse could stem from generational trauma. It's so important to understand this. On this note, I'm going because my son is making too much noises, so I need to go out. But on that note, I want you to know you're enough, you're worthy, and you're loved. Don't think anything less. Sending you so much love. Your coach, Mehwish. I'm out. Take care. Bye-bye.